the final warning.
Ferguson, Missouri. I'm sure the whole world has been hearing about what's going on in Ferguson. Let's take a look at what's going on and what shouldn't be going on and what should be going on.
No justice, no peace.
Anger and sadness in Ferguson, Missouri, where police shot dead a teenager on Saturday afternoon.
We wasn't causing any harm to nobody. We had no weapons on us at all. He shot again, and once my friend felt that shot, he turned around and he put his hands in the air, and he started to get down, but the officer still approached with his weapon drawn, and he fired several more shots. Fired several more shots. Fired several more shots.
You took my son away from me. You know how hard it was for me to get him to stay in school and graduate? You know how many black men graduate? Not many. Because you bring them down to this type of level where they feel like I don't got nothing to live for anyway. They're gonna try to take me out anyway.
Chaos erupts in Ferguson, Missouri overnight following the death of an unarmed black teen shot by a police officer. Looters ransacked stores and angry protesters ran through the streets.
Shots fired Solway and Ellison.
This tire store was one of several businesses that were broken into. People taking tires, hubcaps, and car rims. People taking tires, hubcaps, and car rims. People taking tires, hubcaps, and car rims. People taking tires, hubcaps, and car rims.
We have to do better than this. But the foolishness didn't start just now. It happened with the generation before this one as well. We learn from our people in the past.
It did not take long tonight for reaction to the verdict to change from shock to anger to violence. At one intersection in Los Angeles' black community, cars were attacked by rock throwers. 2 people were pulled from one car. A woman was left lying in the street. A third person in the car was also attacked. Police were nowhere in sight. Throughout the area, people were outraged.
Let them know what time it is.
Los Angeles Police Department headquarters, about 200 demonstrators gathered peacefully to protest the jury's decision.
We just want to come out and show our support for Rodney King, his family, that this just cannot happen in America today. I think it's just a disgrace.
But moments later, a small group of protesters started throwing objects at the building's front door.
And before that generation, the same thing was done, and we had the same reaction. Obviously, protesting and rioting is broken, and we need to try something different.
August the 11th, 1965, the bloodiest riot in 40 years of America's troubled racial history begins. Los Angeles, California, the district called Watts. 34 persons die, $40 million worth of property is destroyed, almost 4,000 are arrested. The American Negro, the invisible man, breaks out in a scream. Look at me, look at me. Know me for what I am. Look at me if you can.
What have I been living through? Nothing but a lot of work and less pay.
Less pay than the white man, you mean?
That's right.
Do you think it always has to be this way?
Not necessarily.
What do you think will bring about a change?
Give everybody a job, that's all.
What it feels like to be black in a white world. The things that happen to you daily and that affect you and that are so much a part of you are very hard sometimes to even remember because they come so routine.
It was that time that we start fighting for our rights, what we want.
I say this much. There's a human being that has been misused. Would you have something to fear from me if you attack me? Would you? Let's stand. Answer it yourself. Would you have something to fear from me if you attack me?
You would use bloodshed?
If you attack me,
you would use...
No one knows what I will do, but would you fear? Would you fear? Would you fear? You don't know how I will respond, but do you? Would you fear?
You're going to create a black monster down here. And this black monster is going to get larger and larger. And pretty soon he's going to eat all of us up. Even the Negroes that's wearing neckties and accusing themselves of being intellects. And all the white men that come in their steps.
Black people aren't the only ones rioting when there is injustice. It's happening all over the world.
In Thailand, protesters are taking drastic measures to show that they're serious about their demands for the current government to resign. At least one person was killed and over 350 injured in the protests, where rioters set cars on fire and threw bottles and barricades at the police. It was the most violent incident during Thailand's 6-week political crisis.
It's sheer force of numbers that has brought order back to Shashi. The 2 nights of rioting was sparked by allegations of police brutality, and up to 100 people may have been injured in the trouble.
This is happening all over the world. In the entire world, the whole world is reacting exactly how they want us to.
At the MTV Awards, but apart from that, there wasn't
we're relying on
getting up and making statements about
ourselves. We're relying on other men to get it done for us. Music artists, actors, politicians, and all of these men and women can't save us. Only Jesus can save us. These things have been going on since the beginning of time, and they will not change because we are looking to self and not looking to Jesus. If we look to Jesus, the sooner he will return and save us. We go out there and commit violence on innocent people. When in Ecclesiastes 7:9 it says, "Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools." And Proverbs 10:23 says, "It is as sport to a fool to do mischief, but a man of understanding hath wisdom." And we look into men when Psalm 32:8 says, "I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way which thou shalt go. I will guide thee with mine eye," not with our own eye, but with the eyes of Jesus. We will be like him. We will look through his eyes. Alright, we need to get it together, because if we look to Jesus, the sooner he will return and save us. In Matthew 24:14 it says, "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come." You see, the Bible shows us how much we need Jesus. Think about it. These things will not stop until Jesus returns. In John 14:27 it says, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you. Not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid." The Lord tells us that he gives us peace, not as the world gives it. Our fellow man cannot bring us peace. We have to look to Jesus. Please, let's follow God. And we cannot go wrong when we keep God first. Keep God first in your lives. May God be with us all.
The final warning.